Hello dear students, I am your Ashish sir. Welcome to the e-classes organized by Purna Chandra Higher Secondary School, Banipada, Mayurbhanj. So for more details, contact in the given number so you can get details about the college and our e-classes. So dear students, I am going to discuss about Unit 2, that is motion in a plane, and in motion in a plane there is a chapter that is scalar and vector. Scalar and vector. So before going to start what is scalar and what is vector, let's discuss about what you have discussed in Unit 1. That is, you have already learned about physical world and physical unit, physical quantity, unit and dimension. So I am asking you a question that what is physical quantity? Okay, what is a physical quantity? My question is that what is a physical quantity? What is a physical quantity? So in order to answer the question, let's discuss what is a physical quantity. Our nature has provided us with many things. These are called components. Okay, these are called components of the nature. So I can say this marker is a component of the nature. Light is a component of nature. Air is a component of nature. Sound is a component of nature. Okay, in these type of components, I have asked that and I have said that this marker is a component and this component has certain characteristics. Every component in the nature possesses certain characteristics. Okay, so just this is a marker having some length. Okay, this is the characteristics of the nature. This eraser have certain length. This length is a characteristics of the component. Okay, the weight of the so when I place the marker on my palm, the marker exerted force or pressure on my palm. Whenever I put 4 markers on my hand or on my palm, it will exert more pressure than that of the one. So what is pressure? What is length? These are the characteristics of components that are possessed by nature. Okay, and these characteristics of the component can be measured. Okay, suppose I can measure the length of the marker. This is the length of the marker. Okay, this is the weight of the marker. It is the pressure that exert on my palm is the weight of the marker. This is suppose the eraser having certain weight. Okay, these are the characteristics of the component possessed by the nature. So what is physical quantity? Physical quantity definition कौन? So answer is that the characteristics of nature, which can be measured. Okay, which can be measured is known as or are known as physical quantity. Okay, known as physical quantity. The characteristics of nature which can be measured, okay, are called or are known as physical quantity. Okay, there are many physical quantity. In chapter 1 you have already discussed there are 2 types of physical quantity. One is fundamental, one is derived. So I will not discuss about what is fundamental, what is derived quantity. I am going to discuss about only what is physical quantity. And the example of physical quantity are such as what? The mass, length, time, temperature. Mass, length, time, temperature, displacement, displacement, velocity, acceleration, electric intensity, dipole moment, etc. There are so many physical quantities. Okay, there are so many physical quantities such as mass, length, time, temperature, velocity, acceleration, etc. etc. Okay, so many of these I have only written 6 to 7 physical quantity. Okay, so these are the physical quantity I have written here. Out of these physical quantities, some are fundamental physical quantity, some are derived physical quantity. I will not discuss about the property of fundamental and derived quantity. Okay, so these physical quantities can be categorized into two types. Okay, according to nature of the physical quantity, these quantities can be separated into two categories. Okay, first one is your scalar quantity. First one is your scalar quantity. Quantity means scalar physical quantity. Okay, and second one is your vector quantity. Out of these physical quantities, some are scalar quantity and some are vector quantity. So let's discuss about what is a scalar quantity and what is a vector quantity. Okay, so let's discuss about what is a scalar quantity first. Okay, let's discuss about what is a scalar quantity. So scalar quantity. Okay, we will discuss about what is scalar quantity. ये scalar quantity कौन है? Scalar quantity क्या पहले हमें कौन बुझेगा? So there are many physical quantities which are considered as scalar quantity. Okay, suppose you are going to a shopkeeper to buy something. Okay, you asked the shopkeeper that you need 5 kg of rice. Okay, 5 kilogram of rice. So the shopkeeper understood what you have asked for, that is 5 kg of rice, and he gives you 5 kg of rice by measuring the quantity, or I can say only the magnitude of the rice. Okay, you have asked for 5 kg rice and the shopkeeper measured 5 kg rice and give you the rice. So this 5 kg, okay, this 5 kg is the mass of the rice. Okay, I have already discussed that kilogram is the unit of mass. So 5 kilogram is the mass of the rice, and he measured the 5 kilogram rice and give it to you. So this 5 kg defines the amount or quantity, or I can say the magnitude. Okay, the magnitude. साइज कितना साइज का? ओके, 5 kg कितने क्वांटिटी का? 5 kg का. कितने अमाउंट का? 5 kg का. So 5 kg is the quantity or magnitude. For the complete specification, you not ask for give me 5 kg of rice in east direction, or in west direction, or in north direction, or in south direction. You not attach any kind of direction when you ask for the rice to the shopkeeper. You only ask for 5 kg rice. So 5 kg rice defines a magnitude. Okay, so 5 kg of rice, where 5 kg is the magnitude of rice. For its complete specification of the amount, it does not require any kind of direction for its complete specification. Okay, so this is known as scalar quantity. Okay, this is known as scalar quantity. So what is a scalar quantity? So definition of scalar quantity is that the physical quantity, okay, the physical quantity which requires only the magnitude. Okay, you can say quantity. The physical quantity which requires only the magnitude for its complete specification. Okay, for its complete specification. Okay, the physical quantity which requires only the magnitude. So example, I can say that what is the example of scalar quantity? Example is that mass of something is a physical a scalar quantity, because in order to specify a mass you does not require any kind of direction for its complete specification. You require only magnitude. 5 kg rice, 5 kg apple, 5 kg sugar or anything else, it requires only magnitude. So the example of scalar quantity are mass, time. So how time is a scalar quantity? You just look at the clock and say this is 5:30 am or this is 8:30 am. You does not require any kind of direction, 8:30 on east direction or 8:30 in west direction. You require only the magnitude for its complete specification. So mass, time, temperature. Okay, temperature. For specification of temperature, what is temperature? The hotness or coolness of a body is called temperature. Okay, ये बॉडी कितना गर्म है और कितना ठंडा है, इसे हम क्या कहते हैं? टेम्परेचर कहते हैं. So for the complete specification of temperature, you only require the magnitude, not any direction. Similarly, energy. Okay, similarly energy, etc. These are the some example of scalar quantity, and this is a definition of scalar quantity, and this is the example of scalar quantity. So scalar quantity possesses this is the definition, but this definition is incomplete. In order to complete this definition, suppose I asked for 5 kg of rice and 2 kg of sugar. So total amount is what? So 5 kg added with 2 kg, that is 5 kg plus 2 kg is equals to 7 kg. Okay, that is 5 kilogram plus 2 kilogram is equals to 7 kilogram. In order to add these quantity, I did not require any special kind of operation. Okay, I just add it. As an algebra we do this. 5 kg plus 2 kg is equals to 7 kg. I did not require any kind of special addition for scalar quantity. Okay, so the definition is the physical quantity which requires only the magnitude for its complete specification, and it does not require any special kind of operation for that is addition, subtraction. It does not require any special kind of operation is known as scalar quantity, and these are the examples like mass, time, temperature, energy. These are the examples. So this is about what is scalar quantity. Let's now discuss about what is a vector quantity. Okay, what is a vector quantity? So discuss about vector quantity. Okay, what is a vector quantity? So definition, before going to definition, let's understand it with an example. Suppose I am here, my location is here. Suppose my location is here in Baripada, Mayurbhanj. Okay, my location is here in Baripada, Mayurbhanj. I want to go for Puri. Okay, or I can say I want to go to Kolkata. Okay, I want to go to Kolkata. The distance between Baripada and Kolkata is suppose 270 km. Okay, the distance between Baripada and Kolkata is 270 km. Suppose it is not actually 270, it is less than 270. So let's suppose that the distance is 270 km. So I told that I want to go to Kolkata, which is 270 km towards east. 270 km. towards east. Okay, you know that the direction, this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Okay, this is north, south, east, this is west. So I just ask or I just tell that 270 km from Balipada. 270 km from Balipada can be towards south direction, towards west direction, towards north direction. There are so many directions, maybe northeast, maybe southeast, maybe southwest, maybe northwest. There are many directions. I have just asked that 270 km from Balipada to which direction? For the complete specification, it requires a direction. Otherwise, I cannot reach Kolkata. I just asked that I want to go to Kolkata, but I do not told that 270 km. I have to go towards east. I have to go 270 km towards east in order to reach Kolkata. Suppose I have asked that I have to go 270 km. One can go towards the south 270 km and can reach suppose Puri of Odisha, Puri. So one go to 270 km west and reach at Rajasthan. Okay, at Rajasthan. Suppose 270 km towards west is Rajasthan. So I have to go to Kolkata, but I may reach to Puri or Rajasthan if I do not mention the direction to which I have to go. Okay, so this is Balipada and this is Kolkata. In order to its complete specification, I have to tell that 270 km towards east. This is the displacement. Okay, Balipada to Kolkata. This is the displacement. For displacement, I have to tell 270 km towards east. Okay, so what is the definition of scalar vector quantity now? The definition of vector quantity now is the physical quantity which require both its magnitude and direction for its complete specification. Okay, complete specification. I require both the magnitude as well as the direction for its complete specification. Okay, so another example, that example one is what I have discussed, the displacement. Okay, displacement is a vector quantity. Suppose velocity. How velocity is a vector quantity. Suppose the unit of velocity is meter per second. So I have told that I have to go to Kolkata. Okay, suppose I have to go to any place. Okay, not mention about Kolkata. So I have to go to a position. In order to get to the position, I have to possess certain velocity. Suppose 5 meter per second. Suppose 5 meter per second. Bike, I have to ride my bike with 5 meter per second. Okay. So I started my bike. I can go to east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest. So many places are there. I can ride with 5 meter per second. But I cannot get to my destination. That suppose I have to go to Kolkata or Puri or Rajasthan or New Delhi. I cannot reach to my destination. Okay, I have to go to certain velocity with a certain direction. Velocity requires a magnitude as well as direction in order to reach the destination. Okay, so velocity is a vector quantity. Similarly, any other is there? Force is also a vector quantity. Similarly, there is electric field intensity. Okay, electric field intensity, this is also a vector quantity, etc. These are the example of vector quantity. Okay, so tell me that energy is a vector quantity or scalar quantity? You think Get my point? Energy is a vector or scalar quantity. You think and told me that energy is a scalar quantity. How energy is a scalar quantity? Suppose there is a tank. Okay, suppose there is a tank having 5 liter of petrol in it. Okay, the tank contains 5 liter of petrol. So this petrol exerts some energy when the engine will start. Okay, when the petrol will burn, it has certain energy and it will possess certain energy. With this 5 liter of petrol, I can go to east, I can go to west, I can go to north, or I can go to south. Anywhere I can go as my wish. So energy is a scalar quantity. Okay, this is the basic concept of vector quantity. So vector quantity, just add 5 kg plus 2 kg equals to 7 kg. I cannot add 5 meter per second plus 2 meter per second is equals to 7 meter per second. Okay, in vector it requires a special operation. You just can't add this like your algebra or algebraic sum, that is 5 meter per second, 2 meter per second is equal to 7 meter per second. This is not a process to add vector. Vector needs a special kind of operation in order to addition, multiplication and subtraction. So the vector quantity needs a special operation for its addition, multiplication and subtraction. It is quite impossible to divide two vectors. Okay, so I have only written addition, multiplication and subtraction. So what is the definition of vector quantity? So the physical quantity which require both its magnitude and direction for its complete specification, and it follow the special operation for its addition, that is known as vector addition, vector multiplication, vector subtraction. Okay, so this is the basic concept of vector quantity. So how to represent a vector quantity? Okay, how to represent a vector quantity? We will only discuss about the vector quantity. Okay, so let's discuss about how to represent a vector quantity. Okay, representation of vector quantity. Representation of vector quantity. How to represent a vector quantity? Okay, there are two processes by which you can represent a vector quantity. One is in writing process. First one is your writing process, or another one is a graphical process, or I can say graphically. You can represent a vector quantity in a writing process or by using symbol, or another one is graphically. So how to represent a vector quantity with a writing process? So you just have to, that is, suppose velocity, and velocity is a vector quantity. In order to recognize it as a vector quantity, you have to just give an overhead arrow mark on, and this is called v vector. Okay, this is called v vector. This is called v vector. This is the process in how to represent a vector quantity. This is v vector. I can say this is a vector, this is b vector. Any quantity, a overhead arrow is known as a vector quantity. A vector, b vector, you can see f vector, force is a vector quantity. So force is symbolized as f, and a vector, a arrowhead on its over is known as a vector quantity. So this is a how to represent a vector. Okay, in writing process, a vector, b vector, a vector, b vector. Okay, you have to write the arrowhead. Okay, remind this arrow, this is the tail, and this is the head. Okay, this is the tail and this is head. Tail, this is head. This it is an end point. Okay, this is the end point, but it is not an end point. It can go to the infinity. So this direction is towards east. So the arrow mark represent the direction of the vector quantity. Okay, the arrow on the head represents the direction of the quantity, direction of the vector quantity. So arrow represents the direction of the vector quantity. So what about the length of the line? What is the function of that line? This arrow head represents the vector quantity towards east. I can draw like this towards south, towards west, towards north. So what is the function of this line? So let's understood it with graphical representation. Suppose I told that the distance between Baripada to Baleshwar. Okay, the distance between Baripada to Baleshwar is 60 km. Okay, how much? 60 km. Okay, so when we draw graphs in our graph paper, I have to draw axis, that is x axis, this is y axis, and I have to take unit. Suppose 1 centimeter is equals to 1 unit, 1 meter is equals to 1 unit. I have to take the unit in order to draw a graph. Similarly, suppose I have taken that 1 unit is equals to 10 kilometer. Here 1 unit is equals to 10 kilometer. So I divide into 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, this is 60. Okay, so this line represents the magnitude of the vector quantity. Okay, the arrow on the head represents the direction of the vector quantity, and the line represents the magnitude of the vector quantity. Okay, magnitude of the vector quantity. Line represents magnitude, the arrowhead represents the direction. So now it is a vector quantity. So this arrow mark and the line completely describe a vector quantity. So this is how we can represent the vector quantity in writing process and in graphical process. It is quite inconvenient to represent a vector graphically, so we are always represent with writing process. Okay, so if the distance between Baripada to Baleshwar is 50 km, then I have to draw a smaller line. This is 50 km. Suppose I have to draw a 20 km line, so this is 20. The length of the line decreases, it means the magnitude of the vector quantity gradually decreases, but the arrowhead remains toward the Baleshwar or towards east. Okay, this is the process how to represent a vector quantity in writing process and in graphical process. Okay, there are certain terms. Okay, there are certain terms associated with vector quantity. Let's discuss about the terms associated with vector quantity. Okay, let's discuss it one by one. These terms associated with vector quantity. So let's discuss what terms associated with vector quantity. आगे आगे हम जब वेक्टर क्वांटिटी पढ़ने जाएंगे तो ये क्वांटिटी आपकी बहुत काम में आएगा. So look it that the terms associated with vector quantity. So these are the important points you have to remember and note down. Okay. So first point, what is equal vectors? Equal vectors. Equal vectors. Okay. So the word equal itself represent that equal vectors means they have both magnitude and direction. So equal vector means they have same magnitude and same direction. Okay. Vectors having same magnitude and direction. Vectors having same magnitude and same direction. Okay. Suppose this is u vector and suppose this is v vector. Okay. The length between the line is equals to the length in v vector. Okay. The magnitude, suppose this is 50 km, then this will be 50 km. It is towards east, it is also towards east. So these are known as equal vectors. Equal vectors having same magnitude and same direction. Okay. These are called equal vectors. Second one is your negative vectors. Negative vectors. So what is negative vectors? It is just inverse of equal vectors having same magnitude but opposite direction. Okay. Vectors having same magnitude and opposite, sorry, and is not a suitable here, but opposite direction. Okay. Vectors having same magnitude but opposite in direction. That is, suppose this is 50 km, this is also 50 km, but it is towards east, it is towards west. Okay. These are same in magnitude but opposite in direction. Okay. These are known as negative vectors. Okay. Another one is co-initial vector. What? Co-initial vectors. Okay. Third one is your co-initial vectors. So what is co-initial vector? Initial means starting point. Co means same starting point. Okay. Many vectors having one starting point. Suppose there is a starting point here O. It is a starting point O, and many vectors came out from here, like here, like this. Okay. These are known as co-initial vector. Suppose this is u vector, this is v vector, this is w, this is x, this is y. Okay. These are known as co-initial vectors. So vectors having same starting point. Same starting point, or I can say one starting point, are known as co-initial vectors. This is about what is co-initial vector. Another one is co-linear vector. Okay. Co-linear means in a line. Linear means line. Co means it is one line. So co-linear vector means the vectors in the same direction. Okay. Vectors having same direction. Okay. Vectors having same direction are known as co-linear vectors. Vectors having same direction. This is u vector, suppose this is v vector. The magnitude can be different, but the direction is same. Or I can say same direction of action. Okay, same direction of action. The action is towards east, so they have different magnitude but same direction. These are known as co-linear vector. Okay, or I can say these are parallel vectors. Okay, or I can say that these are parallel vectors. Parallel vectors. Okay, parallel vectors. Parallel vectors means vectors having same direction. So what will happen if I reverse reverse the direction of one vector, this is known as anti-parallel vector. Okay, anti-parallel vectors. Anti-parallel vectors. Vectors having different directions. Okay, suppose one is towards east and another is towards west. These may be vary in magnitude. Here I am not concerned with magnitude. I am concerned with the direction. The vector u vector here is towards east, but the v vector here is towards west. These are known as anti-parallel vectors. Okay, remember one thing, that in parallel vectors the angle between two vector theta is 0 degree. Okay, remember that in parallel vector the angle between two vector is 0 degree, whereas in anti-parallel vector theta is 180 degree. Remember that. I will discuss later why this is 0 degree and why this is 180 degree. Just remember that in parallel vectors the angle between two vector is 0 degree, and in anti-parallel vector the angle between two vector is 180 degree. So this is collinear vector. Another vector is there, that is coplanar vector. Coplanar vector. Okay. So what is coplanar vector? So the planar means lie in a plane. Co means in same plane. Okay. Vectors lie in same plane. So this is suppose x axis, this is y axis. This is x, this is y. Okay. This x axis, this y axis. Suppose look at the whiteboard. This is x axis, this is x axis, and this is y axis. These two axes forms a plane. This is known as xy plane. This is xy plane. I can draw many vectors in my board. Yes or no? A vector like this, u vector is here. I can draw here, v vector is here, w vector is here, x vector is here. They are all in arbitrary direction, but they all lie in same plane. So this is called coplanar vectors. What is the definition? The definition is vectors lying in the same plane. Okay, vector lying in the same plane is known as coplanar vectors. Vectors lying in the same plane is known as coplanar vector. This is about coplanar vector. Another vector is there. This is known as very interesting vector, that is unit vector. Okay, what? This is unit vector. Unit vector. Let's understand unit vector with a beautiful example. Okay, I can write 5 kg equals to 5 into 1 kg. Yes or no? Yes sir. I can write 5 kg is equals to 5 times 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg, 1 kg. 5 times 1 kg gives rise to 5 kg. Okay, so 5 kg can be written as 5 times 1 kg. Here 5 times 1 kg. This 1 kg is known as unit mass. Okay, this is known as unit mass. Suppose I can write 5 gram, which is equal to 5 into 1 gram. So 1 gram is the unit mass. Okay, just look at the example and tally it with another example. Suppose the velocity 50 unit velocity. Okay, how much? 50 unit velocity. Velocity is certain unit. I am not going to the unit. I have written a 50 unit velocity. It means 50 times 50 unit velocity is equal to 50 times 1 unit. Okay, 50 times 1 unit. That is, suppose this is 50 unit velocity. Okay, out of this 50 unit, this is suppose 10. Sorry, this is 10. This is 10. 10 unit, 10 unit, 10 unit. Out of this 10 unit, there may be 1, 10 times 1. Okay, so this smaller unit is known as unit vector. As 50 unit vector is a velocity, 50 unit velocity is a vector quantity. Okay, so 1 unit velocity also a vector quantity. This is known as unit vector. Unit vector means the vector having 1 as its magnitude. Okay, vectors having. So what is the definition? The definition is vector having 1 as its magnitude. magnitude कितना होगा? 1. जिस वेक्टर का magnitude 1 होगा उसे क्या कहेंगे? यूनिट वेक्टर. So vector having 1 as its magnitude is known as unit vector. Okay, so how to represent a unit vector? Okay, so this is a family of 50 unit. Okay, this is the unit 50 unit. This is a family. So a member of a family is 1 unit. This is 1 unit, or I can say unit vector. This 1 unit. A family out of the 50 unit, this is 1 unit, and it is a velocity, so it will be also a velocity. So 1 unit velocity, and it is vector quantity 50 unit, it will be a vector quantity. So how to represent a unit vector? So I can represent it by as a like this. Look at this. Suppose this is v vector. Suppose this is v vector equal to 50 unit. That v vector I can write it v cap or v unit vector. Okay, v cap, or this sign is known as hat or cap. Okay, v cap or v hat. This is the representation of unit vector. Okay, so many unit vector give rise to the whole vector. Okay, 1 unit will give rise to the full vector. So what is a full vector? Full vector क्या है? So I can write full vector is equals to magnitude into unit vector. Okay, magnitude into unit vector. Yes or no? Yes. Full vector, that is 50, is equals to magnitude 50 into unit vector. So here full vector is v vector full is equals to magnitude is the I have forgotten to write the magnitude of a vector quantity. Okay, suppose v is a vector. So what is the magnitude of the vector? This v. Only the v represents the magnitude. Okay, represents the magnitude. V represents only the magnitude. Suppose a vector, a represents the magnitude and arrow mark represents the direction. So this only v represents magnitude, or you can write the modulus of v vector. It also represents magnitude. Modulus of v vector also represents magnitude. So what is magnitude here? So v vector modulus into unit vector, that is v cap. This is v cap. Okay. This is v cap. So this is the relation. How to represent a vector? Vector is equals to magnitude into direction. Okay, magnitude into direction. V full is equals to v modulus into v cap. Unit vector will represent the direction of the full vector. So here I can write the expression for magnitude. V magnitude is equals to v vector divided by v cap. Okay, this is a formula. It's a very easy formula. Just remind it. Okay, this is all about unit vector. And another vector is there. This is the last vector. There are so many vectors, but we will discuss some of them. So the last vector I am going to discuss is null vector. What? Suppose 7. Null vector, or I can say zero vector. Okay, zero vector. Null vector, or it can represent a zero vector. What is null vector or what is zero vector? Null vector means vector having no magnitude but direction. Okay, vectors having no magnitude but have direction, but have arbitrary direction. Arbitrary means the direction belongs to anywhere. You can say east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest. There are so many things. vectors having no magnitude or zero magnitude but have arbitrary direction. ये कैसा possible हो सकता है कि magnitude नहीं है पर direction है? So look at the example. Suppose this is 50 meter per second. It is a vector quantity. Okay. So this line represent the magnitude. So this is 25. This is 10 meter per second. This is 25 meter per second.
Hello.
This is 2 meter per second. This is 1 meter per second. And this point, you all know that point have no magnitude. A point have no magnitude. But this point, this simple point represent the direction towards east. Here in this example, the point when the magnitude is very small, it is very negligible and can be taken as zero. But it has certain direction. Maybe east. Here in this example, it is towards east. It may be towards north, towards south, towards anywhere. Okay. So this is null vector, or this is called zero vector. Okay, zero vector. This represented as like this, zero vector. Okay, look at the negative vectors. Suppose this is A vector and this is B vector. These are negative vectors. Okay, so B vector is equal to what? Minus of A vector, because they have same magnitude but opposite direction. For opposite direction I have put a negative sign here. So A vector minus B vector. Okay, A vector, suppose I want to add A vector plus B vector, what will happen? A vector minus of A vector will give zero vector, because when we add x with x, we will get x. When we add kilogram with kilogram, we will get kilogram. So when a vector is added with a vector, or when a vector is subtracted from a vector, then a vector quantity is there. They have zero magnitude, but they have arbitrary direction. So this is null vector or zero vector. Okay. The null vector or the zero vector possess certain characteristics, like it has I am going to write the characteristics that the null vector has zero magnitude. Okay, they have zero magnitude, arbitrary direction, zero magnitude, arbitrary direction. Where a vector is added with a null vector, it will remain with the vector. Okay. A vector minus null vector will give only to the vector. A vector multiplied with a null vector will give null vector. Okay. These are the property of null vector or zero vector. These are the property of null vectors: zero magnitude, arbitrary direction, addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Okay, so this is the discussion. I am ending now. So next class we will discuss about the operation associated with vector. Okay, so I think you all go through this and note down it. For any kind of doubt, ask me on the comment box. Thank you.